All right, welcome in Aquarius and Aquarius placements. This is your mid-July 2026 reading. It is for Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. And it spans from July 12th through the end of the month, 2026. Okay. So we are going to get a couple oracle cards and then get into tarot. Keep in mind that it is a collective general reading. So as with all collective readings, please take what resonates for you. Please leave what does not for someone else. If you watch the reading and you feel that it resonates by flipping the roles, you are welcome to do that. If you don't feel like it resonates with you, please check another placement. All right, let's get into it here. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, what do you have for the Aquarius collective today? So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus from July 12th through the end of the month, 2026. What do you have for us? What is the energy? Okay. All right. Let me move these cards here. All right. So the first card that popped out is third party. Okay. Love triangle, or love triangle relationship, excuse me. The other woman / man, secret hookup. We also have sneaky, fake profiles, hiding themselves, plotting, social media. And I did have another card that did come out as well, and I'm being guided to take it. It's justice, okay? Legal matters, divorce, legal papers, and court visit. Okay. All right, Spirit. For Aquarius and Aquarius placements, what do you have for the overall energy for the period of July 12th through the end of the month here? What is the overall energy, please? What do we need to know? Okay, so we've got the Ten of Pentacles. I am going to take this card first, though. The Nine of Cups. Spirit wants me to take that one first before the Ten of Pentacles. And then we've got the Ten of Swords. So you might be seeing 10-10. Okay, 10-10 might be significant. We have the Tower. We have the Six of Pentacles. And I am being guided to take this as well. We've got the Devil. On the bottom of the deck is the World. All right. So for some of you out there, if you are committed to this person, if you had a family maybe with them or some sort of committed relationship, then this could be what you're going through right now or something that you will be going through. I feel for a lot of you out there, if not the majority of you, this is something that this person that you've been dealing with is going through. Okay. So with the Nine of Cups here, I feel that not only did at one point you feel like this person was wish fulfillment for you, okay, I feel as well that this person had almost kind of like a split feeling where they, number one, felt wish fulfillment for you with you, about you, but they also felt this with another person. Okay, so whether this person had a third party before they met you, or if this person, wound up getting with a third party, while they were with you. Okay, whatever you resonate with, there is a third party situation here. Okay, I don't always take these oracle cards literally, but I do feel that there is a third party situation going on. Okay. So I feel like whoever you've been dealing with, they felt wish fulfillment both with you and with another person. Okay. Um, they felt like, for whatever reason, what they felt with you was something that they felt like they couldn't live without, but there is something that they're getting, or that they had, or something like that with this other person that they also felt was something that was wish fulfilled as well. Okay. Now, like I said, depending on if you are resonating with having this 10 of Pentacles with this person, or if they had this with another person. Like I said, I feel for the majority of you, this is what they had with another person. They could have had a family with someone. I feel for a lot of you, this person had a family that either they hid from you or hid from, everyone. Okay. Whether that's because of feeling ashamed of it for some reason, or, does this person entertain third parties, and that, it's just a thing that they do, that they keep this mask on, like they're single, but they're not. Like I said, it depends on what your situation is. Okay. But there is a family situation here of some sort. Like I said, whether that was with you or that is something that they have with another person. Okay. There could be children involved. There could be something as far as like maybe shared assets, financial things that are shared. Okay. Bank accounts. There could be, life insurance. Maybe there could be something to do with inheritance or generational wealth. Okay. There's something here to do, like I said, with money and family. Okay. But there has been something that's happened here where there's been a sense of betrayal. There has been something that has caused an ending here. Okay. So, as we all know, both, the 10 of Swords is about an ending, and all endings are painful. The 10 of Swords is particularly painful because it's usually involved with betrayal. Okay. And a lot of times with the 10 of Swords, because there was betrayal, because, someone has, done at least one thing to cause this, deceitful behavior and betray the other person. The question is, have the lessons been learned with this? And the lessons can be learned by someone on one side, but have they been learned on both sides? Have they been identified? As we know, everything involves lessons, but sometimes when you're going through so much of a painful period, it's really difficult. And depending on, of course, having to give certain things up, it's something that it's like almost like salt in the wound, right? So with the Tower being here, this is something that maybe happened suddenly. Okay. This ending is something that might have happened, out of the blue. It's something that occurred. And I feel like this Tower is not, the most positive Tower, but I feel like it happened because the universe has realized, or, you know, um, has deemed this relationship as something that wasn't really built on a stable foundation to begin with. Okay. Now, with the Six of Pentacles, I am going to say that again, I feel that this is a third party situation, because the Six of Pentacles in this situation, I am feeling has to do with giving to more than one person or more than one situation here. Okay. So if you felt like this person was not giving you their all, if you felt like this person was not giving you their 100% as far as their effort, their energy, their investment, then it's most likely because of third parties. Okay. And like I said, there could have been more than one. Now we have the Devil. Like I said, I felt guided to pull this card as well. And I do feel that, yes, this is an extremely appropriate card here, because this person, if not this, if not other people in this situation, have been in devil energy. I'm not saying that you all have been in devil energy, but I mean, we all can be in devil energy at one period or another in our lives. It's nothing to be ashamed of or be embarrassed about. It just, could even be about wounding that needs healing that, maybe we're struggling with, or it's, still affecting us in our lives in a negative way. Okay. But I do feel like there's definitely devil energy here at play. Could be addictions, could be, like I said, wounding, self-limiting beliefs, patterns that have been playing out over and over again, cycles that someone has been going through over and over again without changing behavior. Could be like irrational fear, maybe of commitment, things like that, or maybe addressing something. Could also be a sense of obsession as well. But we do have the world at the bottom of the deck here. And the world, as we know, talks about completion. It talks about cycles. So I do feel that a cycle here has ended with whoever this is, talking about. Like I said, for the majority of you, I feel like this is happening with the person that you have in your energy and someone else, this third party. But like I said, some of you, this could be something you're dealing with right now too. Okay. So whatever this is, I do feel that, with this card, you can tell that this person is resting, they're sleeping. And so whatever this situation was, whether you are completely involved with this or not, I'm sure it's been very stressful, and it's the kind of situation that might have been keeping you up at night at some point. I feel that, whoever is involved in this directly, that they have most likely been going through that, going through all of that. And so when this cycle closes, I feel like there might be a period of being able to rest, at least for a little bit. Okay. And so, you can see that, like I said, that this person is sleeping here. So I'm sure that this whole situation, whether you are involved in this or whether you are, on the external, looking in, it's most likely taken a lot of energy out of everyone involved here. So, all right. So as far as signs so far, we've got water, we've got earth, we've got air. Okay. I don't have fire just yet, but we also have Scorpio. We've got Capricorn energy. We've got Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio again. Okay. So far pretty heavy Scorpio. All right, Spirit. So what are the potential challenges between July 12th and the end of the month here for Aquarius and Aquarius placements? What are the potential challenges that you foresee might be happening? Okay, we have the moon. We have the Chariot. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Nine of Wands. You might be seeing nines, 99, in addition to 1010. Okay, we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. On the bottom is the Queen of Cups. I am actually being guided to look past that first card. We also have the Knight of Wands after the Queen of Cups and the Five of Cups after that. Okay. All right. So with the moon being here and the potential challenge, obviously you feel like this person has hidden a lot from you. Okay. Whether you've seen glimmers of them hinting at things that they haven't told you, or maybe you intuitively know that this person has things they haven't told you. Whatever the case may be, you definitely feel like this person is hiding things. Okay. And even if it's omitting certain details or things like that, I mean, lying by omission is actually lying. Okay. So I feel like this person has definitely held back from telling you the honest truth about their life, who they are, what they've been dealing with. And maybe they've only shown you one part of themselves, the part that they want people to see. Okay. So, knowing that this person has held things back from you, has potentially lied to you, that's definitely, something that is posing a challenge here in this situation. Now, I also feel with the moon that, maybe you have some underlying fears about this person that maybe you'll never be able to trust them again. Okay. And again, that's something you might fear because, I'm sure that you have a special connection with this person and it's somebody that you want to trust. It's someone that you want to tell you to tell you the truth, basically, and be authentic with you. And unfortunately, I feel like this person didn't give it to you. So it's like, well, how do I know if this person's ever telling me the truth in the future? You know, maybe this person is like a a compulsive liar or a pathological liar. They have a psychological, reason that they just, lie, even for, like I said, no reason. They might have reasons, but they might not. So with the Chariot here, number one, I feel like there could be distance involved that's causing a challenge between you and this person. Okay. It could be physical distance. It could be emotional distance. It could also be energetic distance. It could be all of the above. But whatever the distance is, it's obviously causing, a challenge here for you. The Chariot also talks about moving things forward or moving forward in life, moving forward with this person, things like that, and progression. And I feel like there hasn't been here, number one. And the idea of, I feel like moving forward with this person as well as moving forward without this person, just the thought of either one of those things, feels like a challenge to you. Okay, because I do feel like you had a special connection with them. With the Nine of Swords, I feel like, again, this person has caused you possibly several sleepless nights and stress, anxiety, things like that, that maybe have caused, difficulties in your life in different areas. Maybe it's affecting your health. Okay. I feel like this person has caused a lot of chaos and drama and conflict that you didn't ask for and that you didn't want. And it just basically they turned your life upside down. Okay. So knowing that keeping this person in your life, especially in the energy that they're currently potentially in, because unless this person is significantly changed, I mean, I have a feeling you don't want them, and because they're going to bring this Nine of Swords back to you and you don't want to go through that again. But the thing is, you feel like you don't want to let them go either, probably. Okay. So just the thought of them returning, the thought of them, wanting to, maybe reconcile, but not knowing if you could ever trust them. I mean, it's like a storm, I guess, in your head, and it's causing a lot of stress. Now, with the Nine of Wands here, I feel like this person has definitely hurt you. This situation has hurt you. Okay. Now, I'm sure that you've been wounded in the past. Maybe this situation with this person has brought up old wounds that needed to be healed. But this person in general, this situation has just really hurt you a lot. And maybe one of the lessons is having better boundaries, for some of you at least. Okay. So I feel like you definitely had to put up boundaries with this person, significant boundaries at that. And, although you're hurt, although you're wounded, you are someone that's strong, and you will pick yourself up by the bootstraps, and you will move on. I mean, you're not going to let this get you down. The Nine of Wands is a person who's, yes, wounded, but knows that they can, persevere through anything. And they just take one day at a time, one step at a time. But right now, I mean, even though you might know this about yourself, the feeling of doing that and moving forward is just extremely difficult. Maybe even maintaining the boundaries with this person you feel is difficult. I don't know if you see this person, if it's complete no contact, because maybe for some of you, maybe you work with this person or you see them out and about, possibly. Maybe you have mutual friends and they bring this person's name up, and it's like, oh, I didn't want to think about them today, but okay, I guess I'm going to think about them now. So the thought of, maintaining boundaries when you don't want them to be there, or feeling hurt and feeling like you might not be able to get over that feeling, I mean, any of that would be challenging. Okay. Now we do have the King of Wands. The Queen of Wands came out right after it. So I feel like this person that you've been dealing with, and male or female, doesn't matter the gender, has been in this Wands energy. Now, I'm not saying that, they don't have emotion or feelings for you or anything like that. And they could be a fire sign. They might not. They might just be in this energy. Okay. But it's the energy, especially with the Queen of Wands coming out after, especially with the Devil being here, the Six of Pentacles, this third party card. I mean, obviously this Queen of Wands is a third party. And I feel like whether it's one third party or multiple, I feel like this King of Wands is, most definitely in devil energy. Okay. This King of Wands is someone who definitely looks at passion as being something that is extremely, important to them. Maybe it's something of a temptation. Could be something where they just are lustful more than they maybe consciously want to be, but they feel like they can't help it for some reason. Okay. The King of Wands to me usually is an energy that's just a step up from the Knight of Wands. Okay. Where, yes, they might be a king, but they're still in that wand energy where they still might be inconsistent. They still might be non-committal or have issues with commitment. And so even though they might not be playing the field and be as hot and cold as maybe the Knight is, there's still someone that might have a wandering eye. And if they see something else or someone else that looks shinier than what they have currently, they might feel the need to pursue that. Okay. So the idea of knowing that this person is fundamentally like that, and that they potentially haven't changed and elevated, and the fact that this person maybe has had third parties for quite a while, maybe this is a comfort zone of theirs. I mean, that's something that would need to significantly change, unless that's something that you're okay with. And with it being in the challenge, I have a feeling that that's not something you're okay with. That behavior is not something that you're comfortable with. So, this person, you're afraid that this person will never leave this wand energy, and that there will always be another Queen of Wands. Okay. And so just that idea is potentially challenging for you. Okay. On the bottom, we have the Queen of Cups, and I feel like this is you. And I feel like you gave this person unconditional love. You potentially showed this person a type of love that they've never had before. They most definitely didn't have it with whoever this person is that they had an ending with. I mean, unless this is you that they had an ending with. You know, maybe you had a family with this person. That's just for at least a few of you. The majority, like I said, I feel like this 10 of Pentacles was with someone else. Okay. So whether you've got water in your chart, or, you know, if it's just the energy, you know, we can all embody all of the elements at any point. I feel like I said, you gave this person a lot of love. You gave them a lot of yourself, and they probably didn't give you much in return. You might have been hoping that at one point that they would realize and that they would return the energy, the investment, the love, because you maybe, you know, you saw that this person is capable of love, but they hold it back for some reason. So you just, you know, you were patient, you gave them time, but, you know, they never did. Okay. And not only that, the Queen of Cups is intuitive. So your intuition was telling you that this person was special to you. Okay. And that you were supposed to give them love, you know, but unfortunately, this person was in Knight of Wands energy. And I feel like they still are, unfortunately. Okay. So they come for a good time, not for a long time. They're inconsistent, non-committal, keeping options open, you know. So this person is someone that, you know, they could have been hot and heavy one day and then ghosting you, or you don't hear from them for a while after that, the next. And because of what's gone on here, I do feel that with the, you know, the Five of Cups being here, I feel like this person not only is in regret because of what they've done to you, I also feel like they're in regret because now they've lost possibly you and this other person. Okay. But I also feel the regret and disappointment might be on your side as well, because maybe you gave this person, you know, you feel like you did. You gave them too much of yourself, too much of your time, too much of your effort, your love, when, you know, the end result is this. Maybe there were red flags that you thought, well, you know, if I just give them that love, these red flags will go away. You know, and if I've mentioned this in one of my other readings, that, you know, if you felt like this person was your person, which I feel like for the majority of you, you did, and they could have been that person where it was supposed to be your person, but they fumbled you. I feel like, you know, maybe you didn't have the boundaries that you usually have with people. You kind of let this person in more than you let other people in. You felt a sense of comfort with them because, like I said, they were supposed to be your person. You were supposed to feel comfortable with them. But unfortunately, this person might have proved you otherwise because of their energy that they were in. So maybe you have some disappointments with yourself, possibly. But whatever the case might be, you know, these are all things that, you know, are affecting these challenges, and it's things that maybe you're thinking of that are bothering you. Okay. All right. So let's see here. We have all signs that are out here now. We also have Pisces and Cancer as well. Okay. All right, Spirit. So what is the guidance? What is the advice? What are the things that Aquarius needs to focus on in the next few weeks between now and the end of the month, please? What should Aquarius be focusing on? What's the advice, the guidance, please? Okay, we've got the Eight of Cups. Okay. The Knight of Wands comes out again. Okay. Again, we've got the Queen of Cups, the High Priestess, and Justice. At the bottom is the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So basically, Spirit is saying that the advice, the guidance is for you to walk away, pull back your energy if you haven't already, and keep your distance from this Knight of Wands. Okay. I feel like this person might be going through karma right now, and they could actually, like the cards were saying, be going through a divorce or legal matters. That could be part of their karma. Okay. I do feel like this person potentially is watching you and keeping tabs on you. Could be also the third party that's doing that. Okay. But I feel like Spirit might be saying that, you don't want any of their karma. So try to keep your distance if possible. Okay. Like I said, you might have already done this. You might have already pulled back your energy. You might have already walked away, closed that door. Okay. Because this person is still showing up, like I said, in that Knight of Wands energy. Okay. Does not look like they've changed. Spirit does want you to stay in this Queen of Cups energy. Stay as that unconditionally loving person. Don't let this person affect your heart chakra. I know it's sometimes easier said than done, but that's part of the guidance here. Okay. Don't close yourself off emotionally to other people. Don't, become cold and get into that air energy. Try to stay in the cups energy here and stay loving toward, the other people in your life. Okay. And also on top of that, stay following your intuition, because not only is the Queen of Cups very intuitive, but we have the, High Priestess here, which talks about following your intuition. Okay. Follow your intuition wherever it's guiding you. And I do feel like the High Priestess is also advising you to stay silent here. So even if you see this person, or if someone brings this person up, try to not really talk about things. Try to keep, and whatever you are feeling to yourself, unless it's someone that you trust. Okay. Because there is going to be karmic justice here, I feel. Like I said, this person is most likely going through karma, and maybe by you being silent, you're going to be able to witness this in some way. I do feel like the scales of karma are going to be balancing between you and this person, and all of the unconditional love that you gave to them, it's going to come back to you in a good way. Okay. Now, I do feel with the Seven of Pentacles here, and I just got chills because Spirit knows what I'm going to say, but I will hold up justice with it, because whatever you have put in, whatever energy, effort, investment that you've put into this situation, you are going to receive that back. Okay. Whatever else you have planted seeds with in your life, could be with a job, it could be with a career, your family, could be anything, a project you're working on, whatever it is, there is something great coming your way, almost like a reward for what you've been dealing with. Okay. So Spirit wants you to continue to invest in the things that you feel are best for you, and the things that you feel will bring balance into your life. Now, I also feel with Justice and the Seven of Pentacles that this person that you've been dealing with, they are also going to be seeing this justice, but in a not so positive way, potentially. And it is, again, due to what they have chosen to invest and put their energy into. because what they've chosen to invest in was not what their path was supposed to be involved in. Okay. So I do feel you are going to be getting rewarded, but this person is most likely going to have things taken away from them. So I'm almost, thinking that this 10 of Pentacles technically should have come out in reverse. However, it didn't. It didn't. But all right, so further signs, we've got Cancer again, we've got Libra. Okay, so a couple cards of Scorpio, a couple cards of Cancer here. But all signs are here. Okay. All right, Aquarius. Well, I'm going to leave this here. You might be hearing about, unless you're involved in this situation, like I said, there are a few of you out there that might be the actual person that this person, is having an ending with, like a divorce or something like that. But, if you've had a family with this person, like I said, the majority of you, you might be on the external watching this happen or hearing that this is happening. And it might be something that you'll hear about within the next 3 weeks here. Okay. All right. Well, I hope that this reading helped. I hope it brought you some clarity and some insight for what to expect here. If you feel like it resonates, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, take care and namaste.